Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the language of big business. And today we are looking at Sunrise Realty Trust, Incorporated, a company that seems to be making some interesting moves in the real estate world, especially as we fast forward to November of 2025. This filing is essentially a quick update, a current report telling us what has been happening recently, and the main news comes from their financial and operational results for the quarter that ended the 30th of September 2025. Now, normally a company will release this kind of information in a press release, and that is exactly what Sunrise Realty Trust Incorporated has done here. They are letting us know that on the 13th of November 2025, they put out a press release detailing their latest financial and operational performance figures for the third quarter of 2025. Think of this as the formal announcement of their earnings. This particular part of the report is important because it is the official way companies communicate their financial health to investors and the public. It is not meant to be filed away and forgotten. It is usually packed with key performance indicators and insights into how the company is doing. What interests us the most is what was actually in that press release, because that is where the real story lies. While this filing itself doesn't contain the nitty-gritty numbers from the press release, it tells us where to find them. We're essentially being pointed to Exhibit 99.1 for the juicy financial details. Unfortunately, we do not have the actual press release content within this document to analyze directly. However, the fact that they are issuing this report on the 13th of November 2025 means they are likely sharing results that cover their performance up to the end of September of that same year. This is standard practice for publicly traded companies to provide these updates quarterly so investors can monitor their progress. We can infer that this press release likely contains information about their revenue cost of doing business profit and any significant operational achievements or challenges they faced during that 3-month period. Sunrise Realty Trust Incorporated's common stock trades on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC under the ticker symbol SUNS. This means that any investor can buy and sell shares of Sunrise Realty Trust Incorporated on this major stock exchange. When a company reports its financial results, it directly impacts the perception of its stock value. If the results are good, the stock price tends to go up, and if they are bad, it tends to go down. This particular filing is important because it is a signal from the company about its recent financial performance. It gives us a snapshot of their business health, the profitability of their real estate operations, and their overall stability in the market. Sunrise Realty Trust Incorporated is identifying itself as an emerging growth company. This means they are a relatively new company and are allowed to follow some less stringent reporting rules compared to older established companies. This often translates to them not having to provide as much detailed historical financial information and giving them flexibility in adopting new accounting standards. For investors, this means that while they can get information faster, there might be less historical data to compare against over a very long period. It is a designation that signals growth potential, but also potentially a company still finding its footing and scaling up its operations. And finally, we see the signature of Brandon Hetzel, who holds the crucial positions of Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer. His endorsement signifies that the information presented in this report is accurate and has been approved by the company's financial leadership. This is a standard part of SEC filings, attesting to the integrity of the disclosed information and placing responsibility on key executives for its accuracy. It is his stamp of approval that says, yes, this is the official word from Sunrise Realty Trust, Incorporated, regarding their financial and operational status for the period. So what is the takeaway here? Sunrise Realty Trust Incorporated is keeping the market informed with their quarterly earnings. The core of their latest update is in a press release from November 2025 detailing their third quarter performance. As an emerging growth company, they are providing timely information that investors will use to evaluate the company's direction and prospects. While we don't have the specific numbers from the press release itself, this report tells us that the company is actively communicating its financial status, keeping its shareholders and potential investors in the loop about its operational and financial health. Without the actual press release content, it is hard to give a definitive opinion on their performance, but the consistent reporting under their Nasdaq ticker SUNS is a sign of an active and transparent publicly traded entity. What are your thoughts on companies that are emerging growth companies? Do you find them more or less appealing as investments? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more corporate insights. Don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussions linked in the description below. Thanks for tuning in to Corporate Decoder.